Erev Tov, everybody. I'd like to share with you one of my favorite stories, and it's about two best friends who are arguing over their most prized possessions. Now, one of them goes on and on about his favorite stallion, the most beautiful, magnificent horse. And his friend says, a horse is great, but I have the most wonderful, magnificent teacher. And my teacher is able to pass wisdom down to anyone about anything. And so the first friend says, wow, that sounds pretty awesome, but I bet that your teacher cannot teach my horse to pray. And so the second man says, hey, my teacher can teach anything to anyone. Let's make a little bet. I bet you that my teacher can teach your horse to pray, and I'll give him 2 weeks to figure out how to do it, and then we'll come back together and we'll see. And I bet you he's going to be able to do it. And so they make the bet, and so the teacher meets up with the horse, and the horse comes to spend some time with the teacher. The teacher pulls up a music stand and puts a prayer book down on the music stand. And the horse comes up to the music stand day after day, and the teacher pours oats onto the prayer book. And so day after day, the horse comes up and sniffs through the pages and licks the pages, and they start to turn as the horse is searching for more and more oats, and the teacher pours more oats on the pages until the horse is really getting a hang of this. And so then finally the two men come back together the day of the bet to see who's going to win. And so the teacher invites the horse up to the music stand with the prayer book. Only this time there are no oats, and the horse smells the oats from the previous days of training. So the horse is licking through the pages and sniffing the pages, and the pages are turning and turning. And it almost looks like the horse is in fact praying, because the pages are turning and they think, wow, look at that horse. He must really be praying. But we know that the truth is that the horse is not praying at all. The horse is simply turning pages. And I think that this story teaches us a lot about what we call in Judaism kavanah. And this word means intention. And we know that when we pray, we hopefully are not simply turning pages and reading words, but hopefully there's something in our hearts and something in our minds that is helping us to connect with something bigger than ourselves that some of us call God. Hopefully it's helping us to connect with the community, but we've got that intention inside us that makes it an act of more than simply turning pages as the horse was doing. And this idea of intention, it's not only so important when we pray, but it's important in our daily lives as well, that we set intentions for ourselves. And so that way our days are more meaningful and we are not simply going through the motions over and over, but hopefully we have some meaning in our days. And our Torah portion this week and more talks about setting aside holy time. And I think to do this, we need to have that intention in our hearts and in our lives. So as the Torah portion teaches us, it teaches us about Shabbat, obviously, as one opportunity to create holy moments. It tells us about some of the other holidays, Shavuot, Pesach, Rosh Hashanah, all of these opportunities that we can create holy moments. But we know that it's not just Shabbat, it's not just the holidays that we have the chance to create holy moments, but hopefully it's every day. Maybe for some of us, it's in the morning. Maybe for some of us, it's before we go to bed at night. And maybe for some of us, it's that free moment that we just happen to find somewhere throughout our busy day that we take for ourselves, and we're able to take a breath after all of the busy work that we are doing and all of the struggles that we are going through. Even just that one moment of clarity can be a holy moment. So we hope that as we go through the next week and the next weeks after that and throughout all of our lives, that we can take the time to create holy moments. And that's going to mean different things for all of us. Maybe it's spending time with your family and friends. Maybe it's calling somebody or connecting virtually right now. Maybe it's spending time in nature. Maybe it's taking a moment just for you to reflect and be with yourself. Everybody has different opportunities for holiness, and we hope that we can grab onto the ones that come our way. In Judaism, we have a prayer, the Shehechianu, that we say at holidays, and we say the first time that we do something when we're so excited about it. And this prayer reminds us to thank God for bringing us to this moment in time, to this season. And I think this prayer can help us to live life with intention because it helps us to become present in the moment. So maybe some of us think a lot about the past and that can distract us. And some of us spend a lot of time worrying about the future and that can certainly distract us. And while it's very important to think about the past and keep it with us, and it's also very important to think about the future, we need more moments when we are simply in the present here and now, and that will allow us to appreciate the blessings and the miracles that are taking place right in front of us. So I hope that this prayer, the Shehechianu, can inspire us to thank God for bringing us to this very moment in time, to this season of whatever we are doing, and allow us to create a space to feel the holiness of that moment right in front of us, like the Torah portion and more teaches us to do, to create more and more holy moments. And we think back to that story of the horse simply turning the pages. I think for many of us, especially during hard times, it can be all we can do to simply go through the motions and get through the day, and that can be hard enough. But I do pray that we will have more opportunities to take some of those moments and to try to see the holiness in them as we uplift ourselves and as we uplift our community and those around us by taking those moments in and being present. I hope that you have a wonderful Shabbat. I hope that you are staying healthy and safe. And we at Shalom, we are all missing you and thinking of you and hoping that you have a Shabbat Shalom. Peace be with you.